Welcome back. I'm Severino. The questions I got this week from you guys in the Sprint Club are all around pricing. Simon, how do I get my pricing right? How do I develop the right price? How do I enforce the right price? And even better, what if I don't feel like I have to enforce it in the first place? What if it feels natural and people say, oh yes, thank you, let's go. This is the topic of today. In the next 20-25 minutes, you are going to know 7 ways to improve your pricing. And in the next video, I'm going to show you the 4 ways to actually enforce them during the call. But now 7 ways of how you can improve your pricing power. So let's go. There are 7 ways, and this arrow is showing a down movement because the future is down here. You are probably somewhere here, like most businesses, and over time, you will have to move down here. The reason is you need to fully align your goals with your clients' goals. And I'm not saying customers' goals, because customers buy commodities. Advisors, trusted advisors, have clients. So your clients and your goals must be 100% aligned. And if we get it to 100%, you will not have any pricing problem. You will not have weak pricing power. You will have strong pricing power. So my job of the next 20 minutes, it's just to show you how you move down here so that you have 100% alignment of your goals and your client's goal. We want 100% alignment. The old way of pricing was by time, right? The next evolution has been pricing per seat. And then we went to skill-based, hybrid, usage-based, and the future will be output-based and outcome-based. Let me walk you through it step by step. This is what I do for a living, guys. If you don't know me, I'm Simon Severino. I have coached all these companies into improving their pricing week by week until it was a repeatable system and their conversions were high. So we want to improve your pricing power by doing the same thing that we did with them, but bringing them to your industry. So for each industry, I will have one case. Now, what does it mean? Time-based, seat-based, skill-based. Let's look at them one by one. The goal is to align the incentives between your goals and your clients' goals, because the future is ultimate alignment. In time-based, you are selling expertise, and that's the old model. In seat-based, you're charging per user. That's better than per time, but it's still not the future-proof model. In skill-based, you're paying a little bit more for higher skills. Like when you're using ChatGPT, you're saying, okay, I want the newer model, the faster model, I want research mode. In hybrid, you're doing a combination of those. In usage-based, it's like paying for credits. Like, for example, I use Lemlist, I have a base fee per month, but then I hit that limit and it says, oh, you need more credits. I can buy more credits, and I'm happy to buy more credits. And my team doesn't even ask me again for budget for credits because they know it's working. And I'm not even controlling those costs because I see that it's working. And if they invest more in it, they get more out of it. So it's, again, fully aligned. Their goals and our goals are fully aligned. So this is where we are down here. And this is the future. Now, let's see example by example. Time-based is typically professional services consulting. For example, the Boston Consulting Group has these hourly rates and daily rates for consultants, right? The junior consultants cost a little bit less, senior partner cost more. And the reason why it works is that professional services, they think all around the person. Give me the expert, right? And that expert is training juniors. He gives that expertise to juniors. That's tier 2. And this is how the old world was organized. And this is not going to fly in the future. They are all scrambling to change the way they price. All these big consultancies. Now, seat-based. Notion, for example, probably many of you are using Notion. Notion is different in it's seat-based, right? One person costs $10, and then you add another person, and now you're in the business category, 15 per seat. Now you add seat, you add people, right? And you pay more, 30 for 2 people. The genius is on the Notion side that the costs are not much higher for them. So it really scales to annual profits quicker because you just add seats, but for them, it's not more work. So it's pretty cool. It works, still is not the future. We want to move on down that path, right? Skill-based means that you are paying for increasingly sophisticated capabilities. For example, you're using Grok and you want to use Grok Research, you have to update to the newest model. You're using ChatGPT, you want a faster model, you have to upgrade. You're using Claude by Anthropic, you hit the limit, you need to upgrade to Max. HeyGen, which is a video generation platform, has the same model, and you will find all the details in the Sprint Club. And you can read it up later. This is the full case study on HeyGen. But you're probably using ChatGPT or have used it, and you know that you start using it, you hit some limits, and then it says, oh, you want more skills? Like you want this smarter model? You want to use GPT 3.5 Turbo versus 4.0 Mini, and then you pay because you want higher skills. That's skill-based. Hybrid, for example, Copy AI, which is copywriting and content generation, they mix the 3 before. They mix usage, so how many words you generated, with seats, how many team members are using it, with skills, are you using the advanced features or the basic features. And by doing this, you're capturing different value metrics simultaneously because different people on your team, if you have 3 people on your team, one, for example, needs something else than the others. And so you're a little bit more flexible. It's better than the old one. But let's look at usage-based pricing. For example, Clay. That's data enrichment and outbound automation. So you are doing outbound outreach. You find somebody on LinkedIn, but you don't have their mobile phone number. You want to enrich that lead with a mobile phone number. You use something like Clay. Now, this is something where you start using it, and then as soon as you ask for the next mobile phone number of the next CEO, it says, oh, you're out of credits. Do you want more credits? 50 credits, 100 credits, 1,000 credits. And now you can buy them if you want, but you don't have to. But you will if it's working. And now you buy those credits and you move on. I do this all the time with Lemlists. Next one is output-based pricing. Output-based means customer says, I need 50 meetings this month, and they are gonna pay for the output. That's the meeting. So for example, 11x, it's pretty smart because now you're aligning more and more your client's needs with your team's needs, right? There is zero risk on the customer side. They only pay for results. You remove all the objections because what if it doesn't work? Well, then you don't pay, right? It aligns perfectly the incentives. That's output-based. The example here is 11x, and you find the full case study soon. And then there is outcome-based, like Sierra, for example, which is even the next step, not output, but outcome. So for example, companies spends $500,000 per year on customer service. That's 10 agents, 50K each. Sierra comes in and says, we'll handle 60% of your tickets autonomously. Pay us 40% of what those tickets would cost with humans. That's 120K per year instead of 300K. The company saves you 180K. That's an outcome. You see the difference? And output is I get you meetings. An outcome is I get you money. And so in this case, an output would be I save something, right? But an outcome is I save costs, I save money. So that's a slight difference between output and outcome. Output, I help you send 200 contracts. Outcome is those 200 contracts will generate $250,000. So it's a slight difference between output and outcome, but it's a relevant difference, and it will become more and more relevant. And this is where you want to be. Another example for outcome-based pricing is Intercom. They are a newer company, so they're still working on it, but it's a customer communication platform. And again, it's a genius because the outcome-based pricing means more conversations, create more revenue for the client, not less. And so their incentives are 100% aligned with their clients' incentives. So seat is $39 to $139 per month. The new AI agent pricing is $0.99 per resolution. So customer question answered without a human. And there's a hybrid version too. But this is where it's going, guys. So how can you evolve your pricing model down that path to be from non-aligned to your client's goals to 100% aligned? Every company needs to move down that list from time to seat to usage to output to outcome. Where can you start? How can you start? There's a checklist in here. I will put it in the Sprint Club so that you can find it for yourself. And where do you find the checklist? If you are not in the Sprint Club, go to strategysprints.com. Hit get my first system. You will be 7 days for free in the Sprint Club. And you can tag me in there anytime as you adapt, improve, create the first prototypes of your new pricing model. In the next video, I will show you how to discuss those pricing models and enforce those pricing models during the call. And I will give you 4 options. If you don't sell them, what else you can do so that you still make money in that call. See you on the other side. Keep rolling.